In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear friends of Radiance of Islam. In the heart of the majestic Caucasus Mountains lies Armenia, a country with a deep and ancient history. It was the first nation to officially adopt Christianity, long before Rome turned its back on its old gods. Within the stone walls of Armenia's old churches, prayers from the 4th century still echo, a reminder that this is the last stronghold of Christianity in the East. But now, something quietly is happening. It's not through war or outside pressure, but through a peaceful, personal shift in belief. People's hearts are slowly turning toward Islam. This change is happening quietly, one person at a time. Armenians from all walks of life, young people, scholars, and families, are exploring and embracing Islam. This is not just happening in big cities like Yerevan, but even in small villages. Social media is playing a big role. Local influencers share Quranic verses, tell stories of converts, and host online discussions. The conversation about Islam is growing, and it's no longer a small fringe topic. It's becoming a national discussion. So, what's happening in Armenia? Is this the beginning of a spiritual awakening, or a shift in the country's identity? The change has become impossible to ignore. In cities once filled only with church bells, the sound of the call to prayer is now heard. In Yerevan, new mosques are being built. Some are brand new, while others are renovated from old abandoned buildings. These mosques aren't just places to pray. They are becoming community centers where children learn Arabic, teenagers talk about faith, and adults search for meaning in their lives. Small Islamic schools, halal shops, and cafes with Quranic verses on the walls are sprouting up. What's amazing is that these changes aren't funded by outsiders, but by the local people themselves. There's a sense of unity and a deep belief that this isn't just a passing trend, but part of a real spiritual journey. In smaller towns like Diligen and Vanadzor, locals are coming together to build mosques. Even Christian neighbors are helping out, showing tolerance and curiosity about each other's faith. This isn't just a religious change. It's a cultural transformation happening peacefully, without conflict. In the cities, the call to prayer is becoming part of daily life. The steps toward the mosque are growing, and the city is beginning to embrace both old and new forms of faith. However, there's also something bittersweet happening. Churches that were once full are now seeing fewer people. Echmiadzin Cathedral, a symbol of Armenian Christianity, still stands tall, but its halls are quieter now. The church bells still ring, but fewer people come to hear them. It's not that people have forgotten their faith, but many are now on a spiritual journey that leads them to Islam. As Sister Mariam, a 68-year-old nun, says, "We used to rush to get a seat near the front during Sunday Mass. Now I can sit anywhere. Sometimes only 5 or 6 people show up. Empty pews, changing faith. Smaller churches with fewer worshipers are cutting back services. Some have become art galleries or event spaces. Others sit locked, crumbling, waiting for repairs or a buyer. For Armenia's older generation, this hurts. For others, it's just progress. People finding new ways to seek meaning in life. A fading connection. The two faiths haven't always clashed. In some places, respect still flickers. Imams and pastors talk openly. Muslim converts still help clean their childhood churches. But the shift brings fear. "We don't hate Islam," says Father Grigor in Yerevan, "but did we fail our youth?" Crosses still stand in quiet corners, silent witnesses to a slow, steady change, not destruction, but replacement. And in that silence, Armenia grieves, not because faith was stolen, but because it's changing into something unfamiliar, a nation at a crossroads. This is the world's oldest Christian land, yet now mosques rise, Islam grows, and hearts turn to God by another name. The question isn't, is this happening? But where does Armenia go from here? For some, it's a rebirth, a chance to explore faith freely. Armenia is moving toward real pluralism, says a Yerevan sociologist. Not just tolerance, but peaceful coexistence. Others see loss. Empty churches, kids reading the Quran. This isn't diversity, it's transformation, argues a Christian leader. Are we ready to vanish? The unspoken shift. The government stays quiet, maybe from fear, maybe from confusion, but change keeps coming. Muslim groups organize, Islamic schools open, Arabic classes appear in private schools. A new generation grows up with two prayers, one with a cross, one on a prayer mat. They're friends, they fall in love across faiths. Now, Armenia isn't just the first Christian nation, it's a land of searching, where two faiths meet, walk together, and sometimes swap paths. Will this bring peace or pain? Time will tell. But one thing's clear, Armenia's story isn't ending. It's being rewritten, not just in ink, but in tears, in the takbir, and in church bells that now ring beside the call to prayer. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and support. Remember to share, like, and subscribe to show your support. I'll see you tomorrow back here on YouTube. Take care of yourself.